Hi, I'm Jayati, and I'm from California in the United States, and I am an Ishaya monk, partially retired. If someone had told me 13 years ago that today I would be living a life beyond my wildest dreams, I would say, no, thank you. I'm not interested in your multi-level marketing scheme, right? But my life was pretty great. I mean, yeah, I was absolutely super stressed and anxious and overwhelmed all the time, but on the surface, everything looked okay. So when I came to Ascension, I wasn't really looking for a big transformation in my life. I was really just looking for a little bit of relief from that stress, that overwhelm, and also maybe a little bit of a connection with that, that intuition that I felt was missing in my life. So what happened after I started ascending was I fairly quickly started noticing a change in the relationship with my thoughts. And the more that I ascended, the more I noticed the contrast between my thoughts and the space that was developing between my thoughts. And I came to realize that it was actually my thoughts that were creating the stress and the overwhelm and the anxiety in my life. And it was also the thoughts that had been blocking me from my own inner intuition, my own sense of knowing. So as time progressed and I became more and more consistent and regular with my practice, that space between the thoughts was getting more and more, longer and longer. And I found that I was much more attracted to spending time in that space between my thoughts than I was to living in the chaos and the drama that was happening up in my head. And what I learned, or came to realize, I guess, is that that space was really a connection to this present moment, the only moment that actually exists right now. And that space also represented my connection to the great reality deep down within myself, right? That source of truth that I am and that we all are. What happened was the more that I connected with that inner truth in myself, the more that my life began to flow and the more aligned my life became with my core values and actually with the deepest desires of my heart. And I stopped listening so much to all of the shoulds that were happening, the shoulds that were coming to me from outside, and also the shoulds that were happening from inside my own head. And I started living much more from a place where my heart was leading me. And that was surprising, right? I didn't plan necessarily what was going to happen in my life. So it came to me as a surprise. Like, for instance, I left my really great job that had been really great at paying my bills, but less great at fulfilling my heart. And now I get to be a full-time mentor for women recovering from drug and alcohol addiction and women transitioning from homelessness. I've always been an avid bicycle rider, and during this period after I'd learned to ascend for a while and was going with the flow, I got the opportunity to take an epic bicycle trip from coast to coast in the United States, from the West Coast to the East Coast, which that's a whole other story that I'd love to share sometime. And what else? Oh, I became an Ishaya monk, right? So these are all things that I never in a million years would have dreamed that I would be doing in my life, but as a result of following the flow and following my heart and really connecting with that truth deep down within me, I've just been able to experience as these things are presented. So today I really get to live my life in this present moment, and then this moment and this moment, from moment to moment to moment. And I get to experience all of the wonder and the joy and the love and absolutely the surprises that come when I'm able to just rest and experience what's being presented to me right now. And that absolutely is a life beyond my wildest dreams.